Kerry off his game. He's
All my game.
fixing his
Ah, shit.
cross.
Yeah, I got stuck to my little
Fixing
ponytail
his
there. I don't have a
cross.
ponytail, but I got stuck.
I got a ponytail.
I know.
I got a ponytail.
How we doing, folks?
What's up, people? How you
Happy
feeling?
Tuesday.
So you saw the title, right? The title is, why do they hate Trump? Well, okay, so let's start from the very, very beginning. This goes back to when he was coming down the escalator, in
2015.
Trump Towers, and he was announcing his candidacy. So
Just
when-
announcing.
So the first week, there was no issues. There was no issues about it. Everybody was laughing, and he's never going to be the president. Look, Ann Coulter was on.
CNN.
No, it's like one of the late night talk shows. I don't remember which one it was.
Oh, okay.
And they turned to her and they were like, who do you think is going to become the next president? She turns around, and she says, Donald Trump. And they laugh at her, man. They treat her like a fucking idiot. And they're like, he's never going to become president. Never. The problem that happened is he did. Okay. And by the way, Kerry's in studio. He's actually right next to me. It's just what we're doing here is we're trying to give, instead of being like tucked onto each other, we're trying to give like a little bit of room, which is
space.
it's actually kind of cool. I'm gonna just turn. I don't want my camera picking him up, so I'm gonna turn a little bit.
It is cool.
It's actually pretty cool because it's a little more comfortable for us. He's looking at he's got his camera. He's not over my shoulder. It's actually pretty cool, for lack of a better term.
Very nice.
So what happened was he actually did win, and you had all of these idiots who were supposed to be
Pretty much
like
won
these
3
electoral
times.
strategists and polls, and and I'm listen, I'm all up for a good like poll now and then. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? But this was absurd because what was happening was they were actually making up numbers to try to what they expected to get, they didn't get. So when they polled the public was for Donald Trump, and they didn't know what to do with that at that point. So they fudged the numbers, or they went to specific areas that were going to be against them.
Mhm.
So basically, what happened was he made them look like idiots. They all said he'll never become president, and he did.
3 times, really.
And these were people who were supposed to know what was happening. They were supposed to have the entire idea of that in the palm of their hands. You can't see my hand, but in the palm of my hands. So when he did that, he made them look very foolish. And when you make somebody look foolish, they want to. They're 10 pounds of salt. I think they said, isn't that what the old phrase was?
Something like that, yeah.
Anyway, 10 pounds of flesh. I'm sorry, 10 pounds of flesh. That's what it was. I'm sorry. It should throw salt onto. Let me turn this way a little bit. Get out of here. Anyway, so, I'm telling you, this is actually really a fun way to do it. I got to be honest. You can see his shoulder right there. You see it? That's Kerry's shoulder. Anyway, is there anything you want to say, or do you want me to just keep pontificating?
No, it's funny is that people didn't even know who he was, but they hated him.
Yeah, well,
They didn't know anything about him.
well, here's the deal. What they did know about him was they knew about The Apprentice, and they
Right.
knew about general bullshit. And really and truthfully, you got to remember, The Apprentice was a #1 TV show. It wasn't #1 because people hated him.
And plus the 1990 movie, 92, excuse me, Home Alone 2.
He was in Home Alone 2.
Yeah,
Everybody,
Trump Plaza.
listen, everybody that you see that's bad mouthing him today, if you go to Google and Google his name with theirs, you'll find pictures of him with his arm around him. He went to Chelsea Clinton's wedding, and he's got like Bill and Clinton cozying up to him like it was no tomorrow.
Yeah.
So and
Nancy Pelosi hugging him.
yeah, and Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton. So really, truly, what happened next was the Democrats realized there was going to be a big problem, but they also realized that they had the press on their side because the press had egg on their face.
Right.
When you screw with the press will do anything to destroy you, just destroy you. And that's what they were trying to do to him. And they found that they had, like a common bedfellow, which was the DNC. And with that, they realized, listen, not only now do we have the media power, but we have the behind the scenes power.
Oh, yeah.
So they started these campaigns about how much Donald Trump was, how bad he was, how he was this, capitalist, this, that, and the other thing. And the truth of the matter is, like, you can look up his record and stuff, and you could, like, a big thing I get is, what about his 6 bankruptcies? Okay, so let's do this for a second.
Businesses have,
Let's do this for a second.
right?
I don't want to waste people's time, so I won't stop speaking. But take 2 seconds right now. If you're on your phone, go to your laptop, Google how many businesses has Donald Trump had. It's upwards of 250. So if you go bankruptcy 6 times out of 250, even if it was for the most ridiculous reason, let's say you're walking home and you lost all the money,
Yeah.
just walking home, you fell out of your pocket 6 times out of 250, you're still batting a heavy enough average that Mickey Mantle would be jealous.
Well,
Okay, so I'm sorry. Anyway,
no.
so from that perspective, you're talking about 244 businesses that went well and 6 went bad. And those 6 were Jersey casinos that happened during
Atlantic
what was
City.
that? What was that hurricane that hit Isabel or
Oh,
whatever?
no. I know it. Wait a minute.
It's some hurricane hit it. I'm sorry.
I was through it too. It was.
Yeah. I
Wow.
can't remember the name of it now. But a hurricane. It destroyed. It literally destroyed Seaside. It destroyed
was
everything down.
2012.
Yeah, it destroyed, anyway. So he had a choice to rebuild, okay, or bankrupt it. And at that point, it was listen, anytime you have casinos, you're going to have a
Right.
bad element.
Because you had it on Atlantic City.
So-
right.
Well, people who would go to Atlantic City didn't
You
leave the
wiped out.
hotels.
Right.
They didn't leave the hotels because it was literally too dangerous to leave the hotel. So you stayed in the hotel and you gambled. So he had an option: get out of it or rebuild it. He chose to get out of it. Sometimes a wiser decision in business
Right.
is to cut your losses.
Right.
It's to cut even like paying somebody off. Let's go this way, okay? So you'll turn around and say, well, he paid this one off. Sometimes it's cheaper to just pay somebody to go away than it is to fight them, even though you would win. Because what's going to come out and all this and that and the other thing, even if it's a lie. Okay, so lies end up on the front page and corrections end up on the back page at about a half inch.
Right.
And that's the facts. If
Right.
you don't believe me, look them up.
That's right.
Okay, look up how many people were accused of all, and then all on the back page is like this little blurb about
That's right.
we were wrong and they didn't really do this. So sometimes it's easier to just throw 50 grand.
And this was the worst
You know,
hurricane in New York City.
Yeah, I
in
forget the
years.
name
Me
of it,
too.
man, but
But I
it
went
flooded the
to,
subways.
Whoa! I went to my old job by the water. When I went to work, we were under 20 feet of water. It took a week to get the water out.
no,
A
so
week.
so basically what I'm saying is there were reasons behind this. But the bad thing about people in general, and especially Dems and Libs, I don't mean to say this, but the truth is, you guys are amazing because you like to believe you're the most tolerant people on the face of the earth, and you're only tolerant when you're agreed with. Okay, honestly, that's
Sure.
the fact. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Me personally, you want to argue something, debate something, as long as we keep it civil, I'll debate you as long as you want to go. Okay, because I really believe what I'm saying. I don't, and I'm not one of those guys where the louder you get, the more right it makes you. Okay, so, and that seems to be a big thing on your side also. But
Hey,
regardless,
nobody screaming is gonna make
yeah,
it right.
all of a sudden that makes you right, and it doesn't. It makes you look stupid. Actually, it's like the last act of a desperate person.
Then you're provoking someone.
Okay, so getting back to the subject, so
Yeah.
so with Trump, what happened was he made them all look really horrible. Now the press wants, and the other thing was he started calling out the press. So that's a definite no-no. First off, you made them look stupid, and now you're calling them out as being fake. They're going to do everything they can to get you down. So literally, I'm not even joking. If you again Google my research, because I'm going to be conservative, 95% of all publicity about Trump was negative. And he didn't deserve it. All he said is, I want to run for president and make the country better.
That's it.
And the truth of the matter is,
That's it.
and here's the stupidity of 90% of the population, okay, that vote. 90%. I'm even saying Republicans and Dems alike.
Right. Go
Okay, here's the stupidity. They don't stop and look at what it takes to actually run the office that they're putting somebody up into. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to use like AOC as an example. Okay, AOC as an example. They put her. They're talking about making her a presidential candidate. She has absolutely no international experience whatsoever. She doesn't have any
Common sense, actually.
like fiscal budget. There's so much that goes along with being president. There's maybe 12 people that could do
Yeah.
that job.
My brother just said they might put her up for president. The best thing is, she said it's illegal to have American citizens only vote.
Yeah, yeah. She actually said that. She said that um that was crazy. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yo, bro.
That Donald Trump is trying to
Stop
pass.
illegal.
Wait. He's trying to pass the Save Act because he wants only American citizens to be able to vote.
Bro, she said it's
I
illegal.
mean, it's just the dumbest
she
shit
said
going.
It's illegal
And
that
also, not for nothing, as long as we're talking about that, let's get into a little Mamdani. Well, no, let's stay on the subject. So what happened was
that's wild.
the people who watch the libs, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say it, but it wasn't. Listen, I've wanted
Mhm.
Trump since 2010. Since 2010, my mother turned around to me and asked me who I was going to vote for. I think it was Kerry and Obama
Yeah,
or
John
something
Kerry.
like that.
Right.
And I turned around and said, I don't like either one. And she goes, well, who would you vote for? And I said, you're going to laugh. My mom didn't like, well, my grandmother didn't like Trump. My mom didn't mind him. But I turned around and said, you're not going to like what I'm going to say, but you're going to laugh. And she said, what? And I said, I want Donald Trump. And she asked me why. And I said, really simply put, pre-microchip, the United States was very family oriented, and someone like a Ronald Reagan, or
That's right.
these guys had family feeling,
Mhm.
them, and they also had the ability to, like Ronald Reagan was personable enough and intelligent enough about everything going. I mean, government and stuff. That as a president, he just barely makes the idea that he could have handled it. He was one of the best presidents.
Mhm.
But what I'm saying is, you guys put people in there because you think they're cute, or because they happen to say something you like.
Right.
You don't stop and think. It's the equivalent of saying, because I know how to brush my teeth, you're going to let me do dental work on you. That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent. I'm not a dentist, man. What are you, nuts?
These people should not even.
I can brush my teeth. Does that mean I should go in and start drilling yours?
They shouldn't even be in the office now. Never mind get up, even run for president.
That's
Come
the
on.
truth.
When you
That's
say
the truth.
something like this, that's ridiculous. It's illegal to have American citizens vote in American elections.
But God, I'm sorry.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, make it make sense.
Sink that in.
But you know what happened was so Trump made them look stupid, right? And all these people who actually followed these people who looked stupid looked more stupid.
Yep.
Okay, I was going to say stupider, but it's actually more stupid. It's correct.
Can't fix stupidity.
Okay, so you can't fix stupid. You just can't.
Oh my God.
It's like trying to re-put an ice cube together. You can't do it. Anyway, so anyway, so getting back to the subject, so he made these people look bad, who made their fans look bad, who now you guys can't just turn around like any normal person and go, well, all right, let's just look at this from a normal perspective and see what I'm dealing with. No, you guys got to go. He's even worse than we thought. He's a Nazi. So now realize this. Originally, understand this, okay? Originally, you guys had him set. I think you guys hooked him up with Putin was first. Putin was trying to get him in. Okay,
Right.
so
He
he was a Russian agent.
right.
From Russia, he went to Kim Jong Un. He's a North Korean agent. Okay, from North Korea. Okay, from North Korea, he went to Israel. So this guy was. He became. I'm lying. He became a Nazi. He became Hitler. Then from Hitler, he became Netanyahu's butt kisser, which is Jewish. But all this time, you're calling him an idiot. So this guy was an agent for the KGB. He was an agent for Korea. He was Hitler, and he's Netanyahu's agent. But he's an idiot who happens to be a billionaire who became president twice after you guys tried to like rook him with a prison sentence. I mean, think about it. How stupid do you have to be to not just go, the guy's pretty smart. He got to be pretty smart. You guys can't get fucking 15% off your grocery bill. Okay, dig what I'm saying. You go to the grocery store and you're like, look, this is my coupon. The guy goes, it expired. And you go, oh, okay. You can't even get 15% off your goddamn grocery bill, and you're talking about being smarter than this man.
Yeah.
Come on, man, really.
Yeah.
And
That's the best part.
so, and just to give you an idea of what's going on, he's never been in any way implicated with the Epstein files. Okay, Joe Biden had these files at his fingertips. Clinton had these files at his fingertips. Obama had them at his fingertips. Comey had them at his fingertips.
Yeah, say Comey, right?
Yet this man won a presidency twice, and it never came out. Why wouldn't they release something that would stop him from becoming president when that was their entire agenda through life?
Thank you.
They were trying to save you. So you're not worth. So letting the Epstein files out is not worth saving your life.
Right.
I mean, and wait. It gets better because who lets him out? He does. Think about that a minute. Seriously, if you still believe that he's involved with Epstein, he threw Epstein out in '92 or something like that at Mar-a-Lago.
That's right.
He hated Epstein.
And he's the one who released the files. And the only reason the judges, the Obama judges that are holding
and then you guys on Facebook will put up pictures of him with his daughter or his granddaughter and say that he's a pedophile. Like, man, you guys have you guys have no standards whatsoever, dude. Honestly, none. They are warped. You're absolutely right. And beyond a realistic level. Anyway, so they got told to make it worse. Basically, is what happened.
Right.
You got to make him look as bad as you possibly can. We can't do it because we want to win an election. We have to stay in favor with people. Am I getting bacon neck with this shirt? I don't know.
It's a nice shirt.
Yeah, it's
check it out.
Nick's.
Nick's champion.
Yeah. Anyway, so
people want to know. It's insane. Listen, you can't. I saw. You know how bad it's gotten between for the Democrats, the rhetoric. It's gotten so bad. I forget what this guy was. He was in his town, his state. Right in the country, he's walking with an American flag, and people are chasing him.
My hair smells really nice. Do you smell it? I'm sorry.
And people are chasing him, cursing at him, throwing shit at him for carrying an American flag. That's how bad it's got. That's how bad it's got.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's how bad it's gotten. Like, you can't be an American if you're a Trump supporter. You're getting yelled at.
Well, dig it.
If you're a MAGA,
what's her name? Ayala King. King. Martin Luther King's niece. Alveda King. Alveda King. Okay, so Alveda King turns around and says that Donald Trump. I'm sorry. Let me just fix this.
Yeah, I love that lady.
Alveda King turns around and says, "Oh my God, Donald Trump is one of the best. He's
She said he's not a racist. He's nothing like that.
And now remember, this is Martin Luther King's
wife.
No, niece.
Oh, niece. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, niece. I believe I'm right about that.
Niece or daughter, right?
And she's saying this. This is someone who I have a dream. This is the guy we're talking about.
Right, who got assassinated.
And
speaking.
She's catching shrapnel. They're saying shit about her. Okay, I mean, you gotta see it for what it is. I mean, and yet you're willing to listen to Al Sharpton, who ruined Steve Pagonis' life over the biggest lie going, Tawana Brawley. Supposedly she was kidnapped by 6 white men.
Right.
And they weren't just 6 regular white men. I believe he was a congressman, Steve Pagonis. I'm not really sure. I was really young. State senator or
state trooper.
No. This guy was definitely in. There might have been a state trooper involved. I'm not saying it was because I said there was 6 of them. But Steve Pagonis was like a congressman or something. Maybe an alderman or something. I'm not really sure what his thing was. But she ruined his life. I mean, he stepped down. He had to fight the charges. And it turns out she did it to herself. She put a Nazi sticker on her head. She smeared herself.
A body.
I mean, and just kept the grift going and made money on it. And who backed her? Sharpton. Okay, of course. Everything Sharpton's ever been involved with is a grift. Yet you'll believe him because he says Donald Trump is bad. This is the way your mind works. You don't have the ability to be in any way non-biased. It's just not.
You only get
about
involved in a race case. He makes it a race. That's it.
And so here's what happens. So now Donald Trump has kind of proved himself. He brought inflation from 9.1 down to 2.7 or something like that. Like he's handled many of countries. He's used tariffs to get money back into to our country. He's set up living accounts for babies where like that they'll have a future already kind of set up.
Right.
Um,
A good start for them.
like he's proven himself, and now you know what?
Now,
That's
wait a
not
minute.
what.
Does Hitler do that?
Well, it's funny because how do you call him Hitler and then say he's in Israel's pocket? Believe me, Hitler was never in Israel's pocket. I'll tell you that much.
No way.
But he's done all of this, right? So here's where we're at now. Okay, so here's where we're at now. Now they no longer, even though they would deny what I'm gonna say, and I know they would deny it. It's not even a question. But what's happening now is they actually the women, okay, actually find him attractive on a level. Understand what I'm saying? They're going to deny it right now. They're going, I would never. I would never. And first off, to be honest with you, majority of them, he wouldn't have either. Okay, believe me. So, but regardless, they find him attractive. They could never admit it. And what they like about him is exactly what they were complaining about: his strength, his intelligence, and this and that. The men hate him for a different reason entirely. They hate him because he has like a macho about him. Like, not for nothing, but how many guys could take a Village People song and turn it into a nationwide dance and still maintain the idea that they're straight?
Thank you.
How many?
I agree.
Dude, he had the NFL players doing this.
Yep.
NFL players doing it in the end zone.
Yep.
How many guys could do that?
Wait a minute. He just got the soccer players too. You see the soccer
Yeah,
players?
that's my point. So what I'm saying is, how many guys have the capability of doing that with such confidence in his own manlyhood, so to speak? And so that now you notice they want Platner. They want Platner because Planter or whatever the fuck his name is, the fake ass shrimp boat, whatever. They want him. They want he's got a Nazi tattoo. It's a Toppenkopf, I think it's called. I think that's what it's called. It was one of the guards at the freaking concentration camps used to wear this. So Totenkopf, that's it, Totenkopf.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I'm surprised I even know that, by just off the cuff. Anyway, so they want him because he's macho. They wanted Tim Walz because he could change a tire, because he could eat tacos without any seasoning.
He could yell.
And he had a gun that he didn't know how to load. Yeah, really, He
was tampons and men's.
Dude, he looked like he was gonna shout. He looked like he was gonna shoot himself with that gun, man.
Yep.
He had a 12-gauge shotgun, and he's getting ready to load it, and he turns it like this, and the barrel's pointed right at his freaking chin. I swear to God. Anyway, but getting back to the subject. So what they hate about him now is exactly what they actually admire most about him. And they don't really hate it about him. They hate it about themselves because they're not him. Right. Don't hate me because you ain't me type of thing. Wow, that was good. Anyway, don't hate me. I would say don't hate him because he's beautiful, but I don't want to get people going, oh, you just think he's beautiful.
Because he's white. And you know why they hate him too? Because he keeps his promise. Nobody else kept their word.
Nah, he does what he says he's going to do.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Listen, nobody can do. Listen, no politician can do everything they say they're going to do. It's not possible. There's not enough hours in a day to get it done. But this man's been in there a year.
Almost 2 now, yes.
Almost 2?
Yep.
And he's done more than most have done in 2 terms.
Oh, he's done more than Obama did in 8 years.
And I'm going to go you one better. I think he actually should be able to run for another term. And I'll tell you why. His first term was sabotaged by Obama.
I was just about to say.
It was sabotaged by Biden. It was sabotaged by Clinton.
Nancy.
Pelosi.
Right.
All of them sabotaged him. And he wasn't able to do what he was supposed to do for you. For you. They stopped him from doing for you. He would have done so much more if he didn't have to worry about impeachment this and balls out that. And listen,
right.
and
they interfered. In other words, they did treason because the American
constantly.
The American people voted.
You had John Kerry actually doing the Logan Act out in the open public, traveling to Saudi Arabia, I think it was, and some shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's in a nutshell why they don't like Trump. Okay, but I could make a challenge to you right now. Anyone around his era Okay, by that I mean anyone over, or even my era. So let's say let's go 65. I'm 62. So let's go 65. Anyone 65 and over that you see with him, that you see talking bad about him, go to Google and put the two names in together and hit images and see what comes up. See if I'm lying. If I'm lying, call me on it in the comments. I would love to.
Yeah.
I would really just love some comments. I'm so lonely. I only got
Yeah.
this freaking guy to talk to.
Yeah.
Come on, what are you doing to me?
And I can't take it.
What are you doing to me? What are you doing, man?
Yo,
My hair. Here's my hair.
no lying.
I'm sorry. That's John Travolta
Yeah.
from Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night
My
Fever.
hair. He hits my hair. I can't.
Yo, one of those photos, they got Hillary. Pretty much looks like she wants to sleep with him. She's all over him. Like
Oh
she's
yeah,
touching him
dude.
all
No joke.
over.
I swear to God, she's got her arms over.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Please. It's just a little nuts.
But
It's just a little
they
nuts.
hate him because when he ran, they knew their
Hey,
corruption.
can you still do your Yoda impersonation? He used to do a great Yoda. It was like I can't do it. I'm no good at it. He was great at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Go home and practice that.
Ah,
When you come back, the only way you get back on camera is if you could say hi as Yoda.
that's it.
That's it. I'm
That's it.
done. I'm not taking no more shit from this guy. I'm done with him.
That's it.
I'm done with his ass, man. If he can't act like Yoda, I don't want him here.
That's it. So
If I can do John
All right.
Travolta, my hair, he gets my hair. Oh my God.
I'll learn it.
Who? What?
What?
Where? How?
Yeah, he puts a sheet on. That boy.
Horshack.
Yeah, oh, God rest his soul. I love Horshack. Oh.
Boom, 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 Washington. This is all, by the way, if you want to know what I'm
That's a
doing.
great show. Welcome back, Connor.
Yeah. I'm doing Welcome Back, Kotter. We like our sitcoms, so.
Oh, man, you can't beat the 70s sitcom, bro.
If you guys want, listen, if you guys want to have some fun, and this would be fun, but I don't know. I don't want to go over there if nobody's going to come. I don't want to waste the time. I'd rather just do a show here where you'd watch it. But if you guys want to do a show on like these sitcoms and stuff, we can do it on Rumble. Rumble, nobody watches it, I guess. So no, so you can get away with just about anything.
That's
So
good.
like we won't get
good,
a copyright strike or anything, and we can like watch a show together, and we'll comment on it to make sure that it's what's it called, transitional. So it's transitional. We'll comment the whole time, but we can have some fun. We know some really good old shows that were on, like Car 54. I'm sure you guys know that one. But I was shocked to find out a lot of people don't know about The Odd Couple. I was really shocked about that.
Please. Yo.
Honeymooners,
Come on, man.
Life of Riley. There's a few really good ones. That there was a show that it's
Yeah,
dumb as
Couple.
shit. Okay, wait. There's a show that's dumb as shit, and I can't even believe if I watched it here that anyone would complain. It was called When Things Were Rotten. Did you ever see that show,
Oh,
When
yeah.
Things Were Rotten? It's about like the Knights, like the time with the Knights of Round Table type of thing, and it's actually pretty funny. I mean, to be honest, it's along the line of like the Naked Gun movies, the Naked Gun TV shows. That's great if you've never seen the Naked Gun TV show.
Saw
Fantastic.
last week, man, the movie.
My God, it was great. See, now there was a show. What are we at here? 26. Well, okay, we got like 2-3 minutes, so let's talk about this real quick. So there was an actor called, I think his name was David Rash. And he played this guy Sledgehammer, okay, on a TV show. Now, I'm going to tell you straight out, don't watch it. You can watch it if you got nothing else to do. But literally, if you could sharpen a pencil, do that instead. Anyway, but David Rash, his name was, and it's not his fault. Okay, it really isn't. They didn't really let the director didn't really immerse himself into it. Like
Good show, though.
Leslie Nielsen's a great example. Okay, so Leslie Nielsen was a dramatic actor way before he became a comedic actor. But what worked was his drama was so deadpan that his comedy was great. Like they're telling him a story. They'll tell him a story and they'll go, and he said that he couldn't go. And you go, and he said that? It was like instead and he, or surely you can't be serious. And you go, I am serious, but don't call me Shirley, Very, very deadpan. And that's kind of what they should have done with David Rash. Instead, they kind of, I guess, encouraged him to be a little
I know.
He was like Clint Eastwood mixed with Pee Wee Herman. That's the only way I can explain it, I
Yeah.
guess. And
Billy
it's not a good mix. They
It
should
was a riot.
yeah, they should have let him be. See, Clint Eastwood was great, and he was very menacing. You know, like go ahead, make my day. Yeah, he was very menacing. But the truth is, that same character could have been made into a really funny character. Okay, it could have been a really funny, deadpan, serious character, and that's what they should have did with.
Mhm.
Oh, you know who did it great? You know who did a great example of it was Maxwell Smart.
Oh.
Don Rickle, Don
Adams.
Don Adams. Look, I'm going through every freaking Don.
Don-
You know,
Don-
Don Corleone. You know, I
Yeah.
don't know. I know.
Don DeLuise.
Don DeLuise, Donald Duck. Anyway,
We got it.
so Don Adams
Oh,
was.
great show.
What
You
was
gotta
great
watch
about
it.
him was
Oh,
he
shit.
played it seriously. Okay, and what I mean by that is, you know, even his jokes were very, you know, like, very cut and dry. It was like, you know, would you believe there are 12 paratroopers landing on the roof right now? And they'd go, no, wouldn't believe that at all. And he'd go, would you believe there were 6 Boy Scouts? And,
Yeah.
you know,
It would go on.
yeah, and they'd go, no, we wouldn't believe that. He'd go,
No, gotta
would you
watch the
believe my
first
grandmother is standing outside with a gun, you know?
Season. You gotta watch the first season.
Oh, he was great.
Him and the chief, they have their
Yeah.
they're
With-
talking across the room.
The cone of silence.
Right. And he goes to the chief. Don't you think we should use the code of silence? So one goes
my
down over
God.
the chief, one goes down over him. And the chief is talking to you. I can't hear you.
I'm in tears, man.
Yo,
Get Smart. You got to watch
you
it.
gotta
It's
watch
hysterical.
that, man.
And like you'll love the fact that Bernie Kopell is in it as the leader of Chaos, the
Oh,
evil
man.
gang, and he's got like a German accent. What's his name in the movie? I can't think of it now. I got it on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it.
Oh,
Anyway, but it's fantastic. It really is. And
great
you know,
show, great
they've got a guy that's a robot. His name's Jaime. They've got like this agent
99.
no 54,
54.
where he shows up like in lockers and stuff. You know?
mailbox.
Yeah, a cuckoo clock. You know, it's like.
No,
Anyway.
you gotta watch the show.
So if you guys want to watch some of this shit, we could do it, but we got to do it over on Rumble. We can't do it here. And if you guys are willing to do that, I'll put my link up in here to my Rumble channel, and you guys can just subscribe over there. And I'll do a show one night. You know, we'll pick one out, and then we could also do movies like that. There's a movie I've wanted to do for the longest time, and it's called Start the Revolution Without Me.
Oh.
And the only way I could do it is if I got to set up like a membership where we have it behind the wall, so only people who are members can see it, and then we can do stuff like that. But if I did that, if you guys are all right with that, let me know. I would charge maybe $1. You know what I mean? I'm not looking to go and buy an Audi or fucking Start the Revolution without me.
Yeah, really. Great.
So,
great
but
movie.
I have to charge something in order to make it a
Gene
membership. I
Wilder,
think.
Donald Sutherland.
So it'll be like maybe $1. I'll try to even make it 50 cents if I can. But if you like the show and you want us to do more, if not, I get it because I don't really like the show. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, all right, guys, listen. That's a half hour down the shoots.
Talk about the GoFundMe?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. So my buddy here is going. We've gone through his court cases and stuff on other shows, and you kind of know what happened. So I'm gonna actually. I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna go through like the whole fucking scenario of it. So my buddy goes to work one day. All right. He walks in. He gets called to the office. The office says, "We have a complaint about you." Right. So he's like, "What's the complaint?"
4 years ago.
Someone says you're looking at them improperly. Looking at them. How do you look at someone improperly?
You know what they called it? They said it was an assault, sexual harassment assault.
Now, think about that. First off, an assault from looking. So, in other words, if I look at you, how do I assault you? That's number one. Number two, in order for you to even be offended in any way, you'd have to know what I was thinking. And you'd have to be a psychic because no one. Here, let's try something. Let's try something here. You ready? Okay, what was I thinking? Now I'm going to give you a different look, okay? Because I know Zoolander does blue steel, so I'm going to.
Go on.
Now tell me what was I thinking and who was I thinking about? You can't. A look is something. You know, you could catch me when I'm about to sneeze, and I could go like this and wink at you.
That's true.
It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever
Yeah.
heard of. That's
No.
number one.
It's true.
Okay.
It really
So-
is insane.
So he was accused of a look. He then goes to his union, and his union says, "You're guilty. You just got to plead guilty. You're guilty." Kerry goes, "I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything. I simply did my job. I had to be on that floor. I have to look around in order to." He was doing porter work for the New York
I'm
State
cleaning, right?
New York State school system.
Maintenance, cleaning.
Right. So he had to get the, besides that, he has to see where he walks,
Right.
man. There's fucking stairs.
Right. Right.
Anyway,
Anyway, job description.
I'm sorry. You know what? What's the guy supposed to do? Fucking walk around blindfolded?
Well,
He would have to be psychic.
They told me to walk around like this.
Yeah. So anyway, so he says, "I'm not pleading guilty," which pisses off the union because the union wants the easiest way possible out of this, which is him pleading guilty. Okay, so he goes through a whole bunch of bullshit. Okay, the first thing they try to do is they try to get him to let them throw his shit out in the street.
Mhm.
Okay, so they said, "Kerry, you can pick up your shit in the street." Blah 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 blah. He calls me. I go, "Can't do that. Can't do that." Okay, first off, if they go in your locker without you there, they could be setting you up. They could put something in there saying you stole it.
Go to
They could
traffic.
put drugs in there. You could have something in there you don't want to see. At this point, you're suspended, so you have an expected right to privacy to that locker.
Right.
You were given that locker. If you're terminated, different story. Then they have to get a police officer, go over there so that somebody watches and sees nothing nefarious was done. He calls them up. They tell him, no, he's wrong. He says, call your lawyer. They call the lawyer. They call him back. Okay, you can come and pick your stuff up.
Did we tell him? Fourth Amendment.
Fourth Amendment, illegal search and seizure. I'm sorry, let me just shut that off, man. Anyway, so long story short, fast forward, they try several dismissals. He decides he's going to take him to court because this man only had a year left before his pension. So yeah, a year left on his pension, and he's got to go and look at some girl that's that over like there's no other girl out there. He's gonna ruin his fucking life with 1 year left for the rest of his life. And then he's gonna retire. He's never gonna be seen there again. He's gonna ruin his life because of one fucking moron. Now let's start it off from there. One fucking moron. And the reason I call her a moron is she went and reported this without one shred of evidence, without a photo, without someone to corroborate it. Nothing. Just he did this. Okay. Now everybody on the face of the fucking earth has a phone that takes pictures. Everybody. So why doesn't she have a camera, a picture of him doing that? Okay. Everybody on the earth has friends. So why doesn't do me a favor? We just close it over. Everybody on the face of the earth has friends that they could have had sat there and either listened, watched, or photoed.
Yeah.
They have things too. Okay.
She said it was from September 21 through March 22.
So right there, she should have turned around and at least had something corroborated. That's number one.
6
Then
months.
she went to her HR, and her HR should have assessed the validity of the accusation. They had a responsibility to do that. What their real response should have been to her is simply this: come back when you have something that corroborates it.
Yeah.
Some sort of
Yeah.
collaboration as to what you're seeing. Show me a photo, show me a friend, show me this, show me that. Meanwhile, they're telling Kerry to plead guilty. Okay. Kerry's like, I'm not pleading guilty. I didn't do it. I just did not do it. I know I didn't do it. This is a bullshit trumped up charge. Fast forward, they go from suspending Kerry. Okay, no, so he's suspended. He's suspended without pay. Now, everybody else there has gotten paid. Everybody else was put in something called the rubber room, which is basically like a suspended animation at the job.
Lost my benefits too.
She lost his benefits. They didn't even tell him they took him away. They just took him away. He went to the doctor to find out that he no longer had benefits.
Mhm.
Okay, think about that. He went to a doctor and found out.
For my visit.
I mean, think about that. That's fucking low. So anyway, so after that, okay, they decide to have an investigation 6 weeks later. The investigation, how long did it last, Karen?
Let's see. I went May 6th as of 22 with the union. Told me I was guilty all that. They said on that day they were starting their investigation. And it ended April of 23.
Think about that. And now you would think something that long, with that amount of time, they were really looking. They were hoping to find something because otherwise, again, let's use the term, they had egg on their face. And guess what? Kerry was 100% totally exonerated.
Fully exonerated.
So then they turn around to him and they say, okay, we're going to put you back to work tomorrow. So Kerry goes, listen, it's been a long road. I need about a week to just get myself back together and to, no, we're going to put you back to work and you're going to go to a different building. Now, when you're accused of something and you're found innocent, you shouldn't be punished. It shouldn't be punitive. At that point, you get put back to whole, which is the way you were before you were accused.
Right? Like nothing happened.
It shouldn't change your life in any way at this point. At this point, it should be eradicated from your entire history. And it wasn't. So they were going to send him back to work that day. Kerry said, I need a week. All of a sudden, Kerry gets an application form for work. He's not in the system anymore.
It's a new application.
Which means that they were
Already terminated.
terminated. They were terminating him. They terminated him and never let him know. For no reason. He was innocent. He was innocent. Now they sent him a new one. Now remember what I said. He had 1 year left on his pension, left for his pension. And they want him to start over. So that's 22 years down the drain.
23, yeah.
So Kerry's been fighting this, and he's been fighting it hard, and he's actually winning it. He's actually winning the case. He's got 4 different cases going on, and it's costing him money, and he doesn't have money coming in. And so I set him up, and I donated. You can see my name's on it. It's not like I'm. First off, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, Kerry, because I really don't. Okay. I help Kerry as much as I possibly can. If I go to get food or something, I get him food. If I help him in every possible way I can. I don't want you to think that I'm just asking you to help him. Understand that. I'm very much invested in my best friend. Okay.
And him being survive, yeah.
Him being okay. So I don't really want to blow my own horn, so to speak. But trust me, what you see, the $50 that's up there, I did that just because I wanted to be seen that I'm not just all talk. But on top of that, I do a hell of a lot more. All right. Yes, you can believe that. I really, truthfully do. But I'm asking you guys to help him. I'm asking you guys to donate if possible. I have a GoFundMe set up for him. I'll put the link in the bottom of the YouTube show. But if you can help with anything, man, really, when I say anything, I mean anything. The man is looking at eviction right now, and he's only got a few weeks left, like maybe till September when this is all going to be settled.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, his rent is behind. Food is scarce. Cash is non-existent.
Bills are.
Okay, and bills are billed. That's the only thing he's got plenty of. Okay, so I'm sorry, dude. I'm not making a joke of it.
No.
I'm sorry. I just almost hit him in the groin.
It's a very serious situation.
The guy hasn't bad enough, and I just almost whacked him in the groin.
I just won 2 out of the 4 right now because I was there in June, and the judge told both of them
to think about settling.
No dismiss. No dismiss. Yeah. They try to dismiss.
And he would if it's not. Let me tell you something. First off, and that's another thing. I mean, I got to tell you, like you turn around and say, well, what about his legal bills? He's done it all on his own. He's done his research. He's gone to court to fill out every form. He's served everybody. He's been Perry Mason. If you don't know who that is.
Perry Mason.
Yeah, he's exactly good one. He's been Perry Mason, the guys, and I've been guiding him as much as I can.
Oh, a lot. Very good with the words. Seriously.
But
I have a law dictionary book at home. Like he said, I've been studying, I've been working hard.
And believe me, I got to tell you honestly, I wouldn't even be asking you guys. I lost 60% of my income. Okay. So I wouldn't even be asking you guys to help him. I would just do it if I still had my original income. I don't. So I'm kind of screwed also, but I'm trying to make it work for both of us. And I know something's going to hit. It always does.
I had a job after this. I was just working a little bit in a supermarket, and then I had an accident. So.
He fell off a ladder. I mean, off a 12-foot ladder. It's not even a joke. And he hurt his leg. He hurt his wrist. He hurt.
Because I was working to pay my rent. And stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and he took. It's not like he's saying, I won't do a certain job. He took the first job that was offered to him immediately. And to tell you the truth, he was great. He was beating the manager to work. at 5:30 in the morning.
They hated me.
Okay, I swear to you, the manager would show up at 6. Terry's
Yeah.
there at 5:30 waiting for him. So it's not like it's not like you're talking about somebody who's lazy or
No.
whatever.
You've
You're
been working
talking,
since 16.
yeah.
And I would have finished
I got you
working
beat, but that's okay.
Right.
It's still impressive.
15, 16 I was, right? And
I
all the way
think
up,
I was 12.
all the way up to now.
Yeah,
Actually, all the way up to 2022. I would have, like my brother here said, I had about a year to 2 tops. Because look, I'm going to be 65 in October. I could have been out 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
I want to say I started in 78. I think it was. Maybe I was 14 then. Maybe 14.
That's right.
Maybe
So
14.
you're right. We're 3 years apart. So
What's 8th grade? How old are you in 8th grade? 13,
13,
14?
14, right?
No, 15 is like freshman in high school. I'm gonna say 13, 14, somewhere in there. Well, whatever.
Right.
Just look up ABA Pizza on 87th,
When I
88th
was
Street,
15, I
2nd
got left
Avenue.
back once.
Yeah. No wonder you can't pick. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna put the
That part is
GoFundMe.
first grade.
Well, listen, I'm gonna put the GoFundMe down at the bottom, but just in case I screw that up, just go to GoFundMe and look up Kerry Kerry Langenback LANGENBACK. Give what you can, even at $5. Give it $3. Give it whatever you can give.
Appreciate
He needs it. He really needs
I
it.
appreciate it.
And he's, again, I would listen. You'll never hear me asking for myself, okay, ever. And really, if I
Yeah,
ask for
we never
anybody,
need it.
if I
We
ask for
never.
anybody, you got to know it's really a dire points. I'm
Oh,
sorry, I
it
got
is.
something stuck in my
Well, you
tooth.
said it is, but you know what it is that they dragged it on so much. And you know what the sad part about this whole thing, real quick? They went to dismiss the case, and there was no case back in 23.
Yeah.
It was over.
Well, so you stopped me. Okay, so really quick. So HR should have been
Right.
responsible to assess whether this was valid or not to pursue before going to Kerry's job and reporting him to his managers. Then his managers should have immediately put him in suspension in the rubber room where you still get paid and you still have insurance and all of that, done an investigation,
Right.
found him not guilty, and put him right back to work where he was. That's the logical
Way to do
roll
it.
of events, okay?
Right. And by law, that's the way. to
And
do
none
it.
of that happened. And the reason none of it happened is Kerry refused to turn around and follow their
Rules.
advice,
Right.
their advice of being guilty. Like most lawyers don't want to go to court. They just want a quick settlement so they get their 30% and they're done. All right. This is what these guys wanted. These guys wanted to get it done, get it out of the way, and get Kerry out. That was it. And I'll be honest with you. I know this sounds very conspiracy oriented, but I truthfully believe this in my heart, and I believed it from the first day I heard this. I think they were trying to steal his pension from him.
Yep.
I think they were trying to stop him from getting his pension.
I believe it too.
All right, guys. So we made 48
Thank you.
minutes. That's pretty nice.
God bless.
Guys, you know the deal. Tunnel Towers,
St. Jude,
Shriners, Wounded Warriors, Easter Seals, Foundling Hospital,
You name it.
Kerry.
Thank you, brother.
You guys want to see my doggy?
Seriously, folks.
Yeah, my
much
doggy.
obliged.
Look at my doggy. Look at that doggy right there. How cute. Oh my God, I love her. This little girl has liver cancer. Yeah, but she's in great shape. It's in great shape. Look at that face. Is that the cutest little
Great shape.
face? I just love her so much.
God bless. Be safe
Anyway.
out there. August is almost here. People be safe.
All right, guys.
Enjoy.
As always,
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Bye.
We love you guys.
We're out. God bless.